Welcome back to the Storage Room Podcast. My name is Rachel Dellis, and I'm here with...
Mr. Corbett.
Okay, so I know you're an ELA teacher at the high school.
Correct.
But at home, do you usually read any books?
I do, actually. Recently, I would say in the past, 2-ish years, I've made more of an effort to incorporate reading into my life, because you would think that English teachers would be avid bookworms, but we're also busy and we're tired and easily distracted, a lot of us. So one habit that I've built into my routine recently is I read for an hour when I wake up and an hour before I go to bed. I get up earlier just to read.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a favorite genre?
I kind of play the field a little bit. I do tend to, well, you read,
Yes.
tend to gravitate towards darker, more gothic things, but I've also read lighter stuff. I read the classics, the ones that are my favorites, like The Picture of Dorian Gray is my favorite book. I reread that at least once a year. What was the last book I read that was not especially heavy or deep? I read Britney Spears' memoir, which is actually at many points heavy and deep, but also kind of lighthearted and enjoyable. I tore through that in probably 2.5 days. All easy read, yeah. What about you? What do you read?
I try to read a lot. I have an app on my phone, but it doesn't really work sometimes. But I like mystery, romance, anything like that. I don't really know if any of the books I've read are very popular, but The Haunting of Hill House was actually pretty good for a book read in school.
I was going to say, are you just telling me that just to make it?
No, not really.
All right.
No, I have a list of books that I want to read throughout the year, and it usually takes me the whole year.
Okay. No, I get that. I move through books glacially slow. Sometimes I may have stretched the truth a little bit. I aim to read for an hour at the beginning and end of every day, but sometimes if I'm really tired at night, it's maybe 5 pages, so I crawl through books.
Yeah, you got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, I just read Woodstock by Sir Walter Scott. I don't know if you're familiar. It took me about 4-ish months to get through it.
Well, okay.
But very satisfying, and glad that I did. And there were points at which I felt I'm just gonna chuck this book out the window, but I'm glad that I didn't. It was satisfying. And very good. You mentioned that you have an app on your phone. Do you like reading digitally? Because I can't do it.
It's not really preferred. I usually use it to time myself more than read on it. I rather read in person. I think because I'll get distracted on my phone.
Yeah, I feel the same way about audiobooks too.
Mm-hmm.
It's too easy for me to tune them out.
Yeah.
Unless if it's a memoir and the person who wrote it is narrating it, I can listen to it then. It sounds more like a podcast to me. Or if whoever is reading it is, engaging enough, but most of the time I just tune it in.
Yeah.
I have to look at paper. I have to look at text.
Yeah. Anyways, to move out of the book thing, what do you do on your free time after school, weekend?
Oh my God, I probably shouldn't be allowed to have any more free time. I can be very lazy.
Me too.
Which is fine. We deserve to be lazy sometimes. But I can be lazy to a certain extent, but I'm also very scatterbrained, so I have to be doing something. I like to go to the gym. I like to work out and stay active. When the weather is nice, I just walk around White Plains. I live here, so high probability that you'll see me walking or jogging around. Yeah, otherwise, God, what do I do? I like going out with my friends and just trying new restaurants. I love to cook. And I think I'm pretty good at it. I can't bake worth crap, but I can cook. You like to cook?
I can make a salad.
A salad? Okay, all right.
Pasta? I don't know.
Okay, pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a specialty that is your thing?
Not really.
Not really.
I tried to make my mom make me learn to cook, but she never does. She's good though, but not me.
I find that cooking is very forgiving. You can really kind of improvise when you're cooking, not so with baking. No. Baking is classical and cooking is jazz, I have been told.
Once you mess up in baking, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I burned my brownies the other day. I put them in for an hour instead of 1 more minute, but...
You put them in, wait, so you meant to put them in for an hour and you put them in for...
No. I already cooked them, and then I was like, oh, it probably needs 1 more minute. So I put them in, but I put them in for an hour. And I forgot about them.
Didn't you smell them?
No. Not at all. Do you have any pets?
I do not. So I live in an apartment. My apartment allows pets, but I want a dog. I want a dog in their apartment. I want a yard.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had my childhood pet. I got him when I was 10, Luigi, my little dachshund, wiener dog. If you see me, my mug is emblazoned with the wiener dog motif.
That's right. You have the pencil thing in your room, right?
Yes, I do. You know, actually, I had to buy a new one because a student broke it.
Last year or
Yes,
this year?
knocked it back when I had that obnoxious cart that I was rolling from room to room. Yeah, a student just carelessly knocked it over and shattered him to pieces. In doing so, also shattered my heart to pieces. So I had to buy a new one. It's not quite as cute, but it's gold. It's a little bit flashier. But anyway, that was Luigi was my childhood pet. I had to say goodbye in 2021. It was quite sad, but he was 15 and a half.
That's a good life.
Which is
long life
kind
for
of
his dog.
as you can hope for.
Yeah.
Apparently not unless you have a Chihuahua.
Really?
Yeah, a friend of mine has 2 Chihuahuas, one of whom is 22.
22.
And I said, you can't be serious. There's no way that's accurate. Like, no, there's like vet records. 22 years old.
That's crazy.
She is 22 years old and is like skeletal and also kind of, I don't want to like badmouth the poor thing. Skeletal and also a little bit like reptilian.
Oh.
Like bald in certain places, but is like oddly cute, like strangely cute. And her name is Sinatra.
Interesting.
And she like takes she's like a liquid. She like takes the shape of whatever container she's in. So like if she's curled up in her bed and gets up to walk around, like she will remain curled up. You have to like straighten out the spine, but she's still kicking. She is still kicking.
Interesting.
She's very spoiled too. She eats like a pig.
I mean, I do too.
Do you have any pets?
No, my apartment doesn't allow pets. Well, they don't allow dogs, and that's the only thing I would get. But like what you said, I want a big dog. I wouldn't put that in an apartment. Yeah. They need space, I think.
My apartment used to not allow dogs. They allowed cats.
Yeah, mine too.
Sorry. But a couple years ago, they started making exceptions for therapy dogs, and you never would have guessed there were that many mentally ill people.
Yeah, I would fake it.
Living in Bryant Gardens, but I've been told that it's easy to get your dog.
I don't know. I know people get fake ones at the fake vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
by the way, that was a joke about people who get fake therapy dogs. That was not a dig at people who struggle with their mental health.
No, not at all. So as teacher, you have all the breaks that we have off.
Correct.
Too. Lucky. I mean, I do too. I mean, but what did you do over your February break? Yeah.
Oh, February break was splendid. I went on a cruise.
Where?
To the Western Caribbean. So I went with my partner and our 2 friends who were both retired teachers. We like to travel together. We went to where did we go to? We went to Belize, we went to Honduras, and then 2 places in Mexico.
I'm too scared to go on a cruise because
it's fabulous.
Do you get seasick, or is it too big to feel it?
Well, it's enormous. You seldom ever notice. You're shaking your head. Yeah. So yeah. No. Oh wait. I'll show you a picture. Actually,
okay.
This ship so enormous. But some of them are like, it depends. Different cruise lines cater for like different needs. Some of them are a little obnoxious and loud. This was not that. It was nice and peaceful and serene, and definitely like geared more towards adults. So like this is us made up next. Oh, it doesn't even fit.
Wow, it doesn't even look like a boat. That's crazy.
So you never feel it moving. I mean, occasionally you do. But it was really like as close to total relaxation as I think I can get. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to sort of like quiet the noise and like tune everything out. But just sitting out on deck and like looking at crystal blue water and enjoying good food.
And they're like water slides on the cruises, or is that like only specific ones?
Not on this one, only specific ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's much more tranquil, much more laid back.
But it's nice and hot, I bet.
Yes, it's like 80 degrees and sunny.
I went to Vermont. It was 8 degrees. 8
Vermont is
Pacific
nice.
Cruise. I know.
Nice. Vermont is posh.
It is. It's very nice. It's quiet, but like not really because everyone's skiing now. But
Do you ski?
no, I've never skied. I feel like I was gonna try it, but I really thought I was gonna come home with something broken, so I didn't try it. But I went snowmobiling.
That sounds like fun.
It was really fun, and I didn't break anything. So, I mean, yeah, the first time we went up like this mountain, there were curves and a lot of stuff.
I
But
really have wanted to try skiing again.
Mhm.
I haven't done it since I was a teenager. I did it just once, and I was abysmal at it, and I have not tried it again. I need to get over that. If I fail at something, or like fail so spectacularly that I am embarrassed to the extent that
Yeah.
I like never want to do it again, I won't do it again.
Mhm.
But you know, I'm a big boy now. I should get over that. Try to ski.
And do you have any plans for the summer?
Yes. Actually, going on another cruise again. I never thought I'd
really?
take this many cruises, but I am. Going to we're going to Alaska,
Wow.
and we're gonna spend. So we're leaving out of Vancouver. Which you ever been to Vancouver?
No,
Do you know where Vancouver is?
I think so, but I can't think of it right now.
West coast of Canada. Fabulous place. Consistently ranked as one of the most livable cities, and it definitely is. I'd highly recommend. I went there on a solo trip last summer, and it was beautiful. So we're gonna spend some time out there. My partner is a big Disney fanatic. He's one of those people. So I'll probably make a trip down to Disney, and my parents have a lake house upstate, so we'll spend some time there with my family. 'Cause I don't see them as often as I used to, and that makes me sad. So we'll spend some time there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What are your? Do you have,
I turned 16 over the summer. I'm having my sweet 16 in August, and that kind of checked out the vacation box. So we're not going on vacation now.
so you're having like a grand spectacle for.
I mean, I would like it to be that, but I don't know if it's going to turn out to be that. But I'll be in the dress, and then there will be my family, my friends, and everything. And then my sister's kind of pissed at me, but am I allowed to say that?
Is
Because
she older?
yeah, she's
Oh, okay.
she's 19. She's 19, and when she was supposed to have her sweet 16, COVID hit. But she didn't even want one. She wanted to go to Italy. So now she's mad at me because she was like, we could have gone on vacation. And I was like, okay, we could have gone on vacation any year. I can only do this year.
True.
So, I don't know.
And by
Whatever.
19, I mean, it's still, I think, fresh enough for her.
Yeah.
She can be bitter.
She's
She's entitled to her bitterness. I might be a little bitter.
I think all siblings are. But,
Is she your only sibling?
yeah.
Oh.
I kind of wish I had a brother.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it'd be more fun. But then I hear things about how they like beat you up and stuff. So I don't really know if I feel like that. I don't know. But
I guess it depends on how pesky you want
Mhm.
as a younger sibling. Would you want an older brother or a younger brother?
an older brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
I
to
have
be
the
youngest.
youngest.
Mm.
Being the youngest is great.
It's so
You're
fun.
not the youngest. Sorry, it's fabulous.
Yep. You get spoiled sometimes. Nice.
Especially like in my situation, I am 7 years younger than my brother
Okay.
and 9 years younger than my sister. So, I was a surprise. Edit that out. Don't use that. But yeah, so in some ways it was kind of like being an only child.
hmm
And just everybody gave me the attention.
You mentioned you went on a solo vacation.
Yes.
How was that? Was that like scary?
I recommend everybody at least try taking a solo trip.
Really?
Once in your life, yes. Even if it is just like the next state over. Like, fly there if you can. Get a hotel and just do whatever you want to. Yep. Pick a place that you've always wanted to go to, research it, find stuff to do. It really is, at least to me, I don't know. It gets out like cliche and like eye rolly, but it's like a little adventure to yourself. Plus the freedom of being able to do
Yeah.
what you want
Mhm.
to do. There's something about it that is just fun. And I think I think for many people there's like, you know, the obstacle of I don't know, maybe like the impetus to like, you know, if I have to like socialize or I have to like, you know, what if I'm bored or what if I can't amuse myself? It's like,
I mean,
please.
if you go to the right spot, I think you can amuse yourself.
Yeah. Like when I was in Vancouver last summer, like I hiked a mountain,
Mm-hmm.
like for real, like a 3-hour like
Oh wow, that's crazy.
overview of the Pacific Ocean. And then I was tired and I decided that I was going to go for a couple of scoops of ice cream, and then I just enjoyed the rest of my afternoon. It's just the liberty to do whatever strikes you in the moment is really nice. And I love traveling with my partner. I love traveling with my friends, but at least once a year I take.
Yeah. I think I would like that. I like being alone sometimes, but I don't know. Okay, thank you for watching the Storage Room podcast, and see you next time.